Gradey Dick's troublesome start to his NBA career saw him sent down to the G League, and in his first two games with the Raptors 905, things have really not improved. Let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody, to Amateur Sports 2. This is the second channel in the Amateur Production Network where we go through additional Toronto Raptors content and videos just like this, where we can go into the deep dive topics such as Gradey Dick's second performance in the G League with the Raptors 905. So if you want more content just like this, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to this channel for more raw, uncut Raptors coverage like this. Help the channel reach 2,000 subs. So Gradey Dick, we did a full video on the main channel about him yesterday, and we spoke about the struggles in the start of the NBA career. So if you haven't seen that, well, it's been pretty ugly so far this season. 3.9 points per game, 27% shooting from the field, and the big one, 24.4% shooting from three. Even bigger is that it's 10 of 41. So he's put up 41 threes, only hit 10 of them. Amongst rookies who have taken at least 30 three-point attempts this season, that is the lowest field goal percent or lowest three-point percentage. Now, he's spoken about the range being a problem, and sure, the range can be an adjustment. The NBA three-point line is a little bit further away from the basket than the college three-point line, but he's lowest amongst rookies who have taken at least 43 pointers, and he's not getting a ton of minutes for the Raptors because he's struggling here. Not only is the shooting not going too well, the defense is a big problem for this team. There are some metrics that would suggest he's been one of the bottom 5 players in the NBA this season in terms of overall impact. That's unfortunate, but this is a guy who has just turned 20 years old, has potentially still a bright future ahead of him. I'm certainly not counting him out after only 15 NBA games, but his two performances in G League thus far have been worrying. You know, we sent him down to the G League so he could get some more minutes, get some more time, get some more repetitions, be on ball a little bit more often, have some lesser competition. And for a shooter like himself, just seeing the ball go through the basket on a three a few times, that might make a big difference to his game. But the first G League performance, as we talked about in the main channel video, did not go to plan. You know, we thought that, okay, go down, a little bit of a confidence booster, pump the tires a little bit. That didn't materialize for the player. He ended up shooting 1 of 12 in his G League debut, 0 of 6 from 3, 3 turnovers, 1 assist, and 2 rebounds, 2 points. Like, didn't even take a free throw. Wow, minus 13 that game. It was a rough performance from Gradey Dick, but, you know, finding his feet in the G League, finding his feet with some new players, getting used to that, these are things you may have to consider as well. And I had hopes that it would improve in the second game. And you know what? To be fair, it did improve. It did improve. Unfortunately, not to the level that you might expect, though, because you might have seen some stats like this, a graphic like this being shown where Gradey Dick, yeah, a flashy 22 points, 4 rebounds, 3 three-pointers made. Like, hey, that's definitely a step in the right direction, but perhaps not as big of a step in the right direction as you may think, because Gradey Dick followed up his pretty inefficient performance with a 5 of 21 shooting night, 3 of 12 shooting night for those 22 points. Did add in, hey, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, only 1 turnover this time, had a steal and a block, 7 of 7 from the line. If you're wondering if that math doesn't add up for the G League, if it's a shooting foul, you take 1 free throw that's worth 2 points because it speeds up the game. So if you're wondering about the math, went 7 for 7 from the line though. Got fouled a few times, was a minus 12 in this game as the 905 lost their 8th consecutive game to start the season. They are 0-8. So you have to factor that into Gradey Dick going to this team as well, because gone are the days of people being sent down to the G League where they're going into a great unit that's winning basketball games. Like, that can definitely make a difference to a player playing with these guys. But the 905 really haven't put things together this season. They really have not put anything together since Patrick Mutombo left the team the season before this one. So they're struggling. So it's not that cohesive unit that you're kind of meshing in between when you get sent down. This is a team that still doesn't really know what it is. They've been dealing with a ton of injuries this season already. And sure, that makes it a little bit more difficult. But ultimately, like, you know, I've never been a shooter, so I don't really want to discredit shooters. But hey, like, the three-point line stays the same where you're going. So if you're wide open for 3, which I imagine he was, and from the highlights he was quite a few times, you got to make a little bit more than 3 of 12. That's 25%. Granted, 25% is better than his NBA three-point percentage. That's another area of concern for the Raptors. So what you really wanted out of Gradey Dick this week was you were kind of hoping that you'd have a bit of a tire pumping week, a bit of a week where, yes, he can just get that confidence up once again. And before the Raptors take a break for the in-season tournament elimination games, which they've been eliminated from, Raptors play on December 1st against the Knicks, then have a break and play on December 11th against the New York Knicks once again. But you have 10 days off in that span. And there's quite a few 905 games this week that I was kind of hoping he would just start to pump his tires a little bit more, get a little bit more of that confidence up so that he could return to the team. But even before that game yesterday, or even before that most recent game where he struggled, I was just kind of hoping something would happen and he'd come back to the team, but they made it. But the Raptors also stated that they are going to keep Gradey Dick in the G League for the foreseeable future. Foreseeable future might be a bit of a strong word there, but there's a game Friday for the 905 against the Maine Celtics. Hopefully he's involved in that. It's Friday morning at the Scotiabank Arena, so it's going to be on the Raptors home court. I think that'd be a big one to get Gradey Dick involved. There's a game Wednesday on the 6th against the Westchester Knicks. That's an away game. Thursday, December 7th, that's an away game as well. Hopefully he's involved in these games as well, just to start to get his feet under him a little bit more, because clearly the range is off. Clearly he's struggling to affect games at an efficient level. So just get the repetitions down in the G League. Just start to build up the confidence there. You know, there's other lottery picks who have had time in the G League this season. Everybody kind of works on their own schedule. Yeah, there's some other guys who went behind Gradey Dick who are thriving in the NBA right now. But as I said in the main channel video, like, you're not drafting Gradey Dick for the first 15 games of his career. You're drafting Gradey Dick to get more out of the player in his NBA career as a whole, and his Raptors career as a whole. And this was a guy who was the best shooter in the draft class. Clearly there's an adjustment phase to the intensity, the pace, and the physicality of the NBA and the G League for that matter. A lot of athletic players down in the G League as well, getting used to the range, just finding his feel again, living in a different country. All of these things can factor in to the overall statement that, you know, we can't count this guy out yet. We got to continue to have faith in the selection. I thought it was a good selection. Gradey Dick's a talented player. And when that three ball comes back and that confidence starts to come back, like, you feel the confidence. You feel like you felt it with the guy in the offseason. This is a confident guy. So once that confidence starts to get back into the player, once the rhythm starts to get back into it, once that feel for that shot comes back, I have the belief that this is going to be a talented player. Obviously, things are not happening for him at the moment, but there's no reason that can't change. So some more time in the G League, hopefully an improvement as he starts to work with the team a little bit more. Hopefully the Raptors 905 can win a goddamn basketball game because they're 0-8 on the season, and I think things are going to end up being fine. So rocky start to his career. Things have not improved in the G League, but that can change. Continue to work on his game. Continue to get reps. So what do you guys make of Gradey Dick's stint in the G League so far? Give me your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. That's all from me on the second channel today. You can subscribe to the main channel. You can subscribe to this channel, or you can subscribe to the third channel. There's 3 channels up on screen right now. There's actually a 4th channel not on screen. Also on screen rather is a video you may want to check out. Actually, I'll make it that main channel Gradey Dick video. So if you want to go check that out, easy way to do it right here to end off the video. I'll see you next time on the second channel. Subscribe and drop a like.